Hello everyone, we will discuss one question on the frequency response. The question says determine the magnitude and phase of h of omega for the 3-point moving average system. So we are given some system in the form of a difference equation. Y of n is equal to 1 by 3 into x of n plus 1 plus x of n plus x of n minus 1. This system very famously called as moving average system, sometimes also called moving average filter. It is called moving average system because you can see for the current time instant n, you are taking current input sample. This is a future input sample, that means the next input sample, and this is the previous input sample. You are adding the three input samples and dividing by 3. So you are basically taking an average. You are taking an average of 3 points, and hence this is called 3-point moving average system. Although we have defined this system mathematically here, it's not possible to practically realize this system because output depends upon future value of the input. So a realizable form of moving average system is used in all the practical applications where you take the average of current sample and a few past samples. You can't have the future sample in the expression of y of n. Alright, so let's discuss how to draw magnitude and phase response for this given system. So the very first thing I have to do is find out h of omega. Now how to find h of omega? To find h of omega, I will start from the given differential equation and take its z transform. So if I start from given difference equation, its z transform will be y of z equal to 1 by 3. Z transform of x of n plus 1 will be nothing but z x of z plus x of n is x of z plus x of n minus 1 will have the z transform of z inverse x of z. We have assumed initial conditions to be 0. That is simply because we want to find out the transfer function h of z first. So this will further give me y of z equal to 1 by 3 z plus 1 plus z inverse, and x of z will be common. So if I take the ratio of y of z and x of z, what I'll get is h of z. So that will become 1 by 3 into z plus 1 plus z inverse. Now if you remember, one way to find h of omega is to take h of z and replace z with e raised to j omega. This will give me h of omega. So let's do that. If I do this, h of omega will become, I'll replace z with e raised to j omega everywhere in the expression of h of z. So z becomes e raised to j omega plus 1 plus z inverse becomes e raised to minus j omega because of the negative power. So that's my h of omega. Now this can further be written as we all know that e raised to j theta plus e raised to minus j theta upon 2 is nothing but cos of theta. So we have e raised to j omega plus e raised to minus j omega. There is no by 2, so that 2 can be taken along with cos. So this will be 2 cos of omega e raised to j omega plus e raised to minus j omega, and I'll be left out with this plus 1. So that becomes my h of omega. So this is the h of omega, 1 by 3 2 cos omega plus 1. You can see that interestingly h of omega has come out to be the real function. There is no imaginary part, there is no j term, which can be the case for some systems. It's completely a real part, imaginary part is 0. Now if that is the case, if it has got only the real part, then mod h of omega, that means its magnitude response will be equal to the real part only because imaginary part is 0. So it will be 1 by 3 into 2 cos omega plus 1. So that's the magnitude function, and the phase function phi of omega, which is tan inverse imaginary by real. Imaginary is 0, so it will be tan inverse 0 upon a real value. So if that is the case, then phi of omega should be 0, but please remember that it will be 0 only when h of omega, which is the real part, is greater than 0. If real part is negative, if it is less than 0, in that case, see, because if the real part is negative,